Oh my gosh, hello. We are officially 4 days out from the marathon, the Victoria Marathon, and this is my first marathon ever. I wanted to, for me, do a pre-race video, and maybe one of you will like it, maybe somebody will see this and find it beneficial. Yet at the end of the day, I want to do this for myself, and that's how I felt about this prep as well. I do want to start, if there is any younger people, or actually, you know what, anybody. I'm going to just make this to anybody. Um, you don't have to run a marathon to be valuable, to be worthy, to be important in this world. You don't have to run a marathon to find love for your body. You don't have to run a marathon to feel like you've accomplished something important, whether it be in running or fitness. You don't have to run a marathon. And I really just want to say this because I know there's so many people that I even talk to in my life that are friends of mine, and they say things like, oh, I can only run a 5K. And it's like, that's impressive. 5K is impressive. Like well, I'm not anyways. I shouldn't say nobody. I'm not looking at a person who can only run 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K, whatever it is. I'm not looking at them and being like, oh, wow, you're not really a runner. I'm thinking that's really wonderful that you can even do that with your body. And I'm so glad that you're choosing to run. So I felt the need that needs to be shared, especially in this time when distance running is becoming really popular. It's hard. Running in general is hard, whether it's 1K or 42K, it doesn't really matter. It's hard. So, yeah. I I was previously making videos for this prep, and I decided to stop making videos for this prep. And it's not because it wasn't getting like likes or attention or anything like that, or that, my training went poorly. My training has actually gone incredibly well. I had an intention shift, and I realized that I really wanted to do this prep, this marathon, this journey for myself. And while I was making videos for it, I realized that I was constantly taking clips for something in the future, for the video in the future, and then editing clips of the past to release it for other people. Like not in the sense of I wanted everybody to see it or the world was going to see it or I wanted it to be popular, but in the sense of I was being held accountable to this by sharing it because I knew that someone would see it. And I woke up to this realization that I really just didn't want to be in those other time frames. I really wanted to be present, and I didn't know how to do this, like YouTube videos and this channel while being incredibly present. I didn't know how to do it. And so I decided to stop, and I shared on my Instagram story. So if you're anybody that like has me on Instagram, thanks for hanging out. Love that for us. I do share on my stories. I'll share as I'm on the run, me talking. I'll take clips while I'm running, and sometimes I'll post it afterwards, depending on the day. If it's a magnificent sunrise, I'm taking videos and pictures of that, so that's a guarantee. But outside of that, I just really appreciated that Instagram allowed me to post stories of live things happening in that exact moment and how I was feeling in that moment so that I could remain present in the moments. And I'm really happy that I did that. I'm sitting here right now and I did it. I didn't do it for anybody else. I did it for me, and I did it. I'm the one who woke up early mornings to run. I'm the one that covered all the mileage. I'm the one that put in all the work. I'm the one that had to work through anxiety. I'm the one that had to build confidence. I'm the one that had to do all of this work, and it was me doing this for me. And I'm going to be emotional for a second, but I'm not really sure I've ever really fully committed myself to me in that type of way. It's very It's very profound. Like I feel like I've created this really beautiful bond with my body, with my mind. I feel like when I'm running, I can really get into this state of just being that I have a hard time accessing otherwise previously. And now I feel like I can access it more because I've built that muscle. But to do this for me just feels so special. I got asked the other day what my biggest fear was when it comes to the marathon, and outside of, it would be funny for a second, outside of pooping my pants, which is a very real fear. Don't trust gas, okay? Just don't. Outside of that fear, my biggest fear is getting caught up in the outcome. I was getting wrapped up in this idea of what I could do and not what I can do, if that makes sense. And I was like constantly future seeking in it. And in the outcome that I was producing in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I need a goal. I've been in sports, you know, you need a goal. You need something to strive towards it, to work like really push yourself. And I do believe that having a goal pushes you. It allows for you to break limits. It allows for you to do something that you never could have done before. And I love that. I live for that. That's been my life for so long now. I love breaking limits. I just didn't recognize that I started to really seek those limit breaking moments as validation for my worth. And no matter the outcome of, again, I'm gonna cry. No matter the outcome of this marathon, I have put in so much time for myself. It doesn't matter. I want to get to the start line. I want to live through that. I want to be in that type of pain. I want to be in that realm and experience it. I really want to be there. I don't want to have to escape my brain to just like get through it, to get to the end, to see how fast I was able to accomplish. I still want to push myself. I don't want that truth to be overlooked. I do. I want to push myself. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I want to do all of these beautiful things. That's great. But I also just really want to live. I really want to live and experience it and be with my pain, be with my body, be with all of these people, be with this event, be with running, be with outside, the outdoors, nature, all of these things. Just be there in that energy. And it's really hard when you're in that type of event. I haven't run a marathon, but I have run long distance now. This year was my first year ever doing it. I have accomplished the 26 miles previously in the year, and it was so hard. I was constantly trying to zone out so I didn't have to think about it. And now I'm like, how do I convince myself to zone in? How do I be in it without being a detriment to accomplishing it? So my biggest fear is getting wrapped up in the outcome, because then that entire run, all I'm going to be thinking about is when I'm done it. And I really don't want to just think about when I'm done. I don't want to think about how fast I could have ran it. I just want to run it. I really just want to run this. And I'm excited to do it. It's so important to follow through for yourself, not for everybody else. And I say that a lot. And this is me sitting in front of you today, validating that for myself. It's my reminder. There's going to be beautiful people there with me. I'm very excited. And I'm excited to share how it goes. You know, I'm excited to allow people in that celebration of whatever it is. But I'm doing it for me. And I'm really, really grateful that I'm at this point in my life where I want to do it for me. I'm not doing it for my future kids, though I'm sure they'll benefit from these things. I'm not doing it for my partner. I'm not doing it for my family. Again, sure they'll benefit from it. It's a ripple effect, right? I'm doing it for me. And that's just so cool. And I know that I deserve that. And I know that my worth isn't in my output. My worth is in my character and how I show up. My worth is in, well, no. You know what? Scratch that. I am alive and in front of you right now here. That means I am worthy of being here. That means I am worthy of this space that I'm taking up. The value I give to this world is by loving myself and being true to myself and being able to do these things for me, so that then I can be so freaking overflowing with all of this joy and pride and abundance and self-worth that I can then allow that overflow into the world and love others in that same way. That is my value. It's in my character. It's in how I show up. It's in who I am. Oh, okay. We're 4 days out from this marathon. It's been a long time coming. And I'm so happy to have had this shift beforehand. And I'm nervous. Because I know that it's gonna suck. I'm sorry. I don't know anybody who has ran that distance that doesn't say it hurts, and it's gonna hurt. And I'm it's just so funny that I'm actively choosing to put myself in pain. But hey, you know what? Here I am. Here I am. My body's capable of it. We've done the training. All the hours are put in. I've already accomplished everything. I've already done it. The marathon's the fun part. I know people say that and it's probably cringy, but I don't think people who haven't been in prep quite understand how many miles, how many hours, how many weeks, how many months of dedication it is, and how much of your life has to be molded around that prep just to get to the one day. And that one day is it's nothing in comparison to what's already been done. So I'm just really proud of myself. If you're running a marathon, if you're running a 5K, if you're running a 10K, if you're not even running, if you're just enjoying your life and you're on a path, a similar path of wanting to genuinely live and genuinely love yourself before you pass in this lifetime, I hope that this resonates with you, and you know that just like me, if you're alive, if you're in front of this, watching this, you're worthy. You don't have to prove that to anybody. You've already proven it by being here. That's it. That's the bottom line. The rest is just for expansion and some kind of masochistic fantasy or something. I love you all. If you're in Victoria for this, I hope to see you, and I'll let you know how things go.